What up, everyone? Welcome to Comic Cave. I'm your boy Russ. Today in the cave, we're going to be talking about my favorite Dragon Ball. That's why Chris ain't here, but don't worry, I got a special guest with me. Guest, why don't you introduce yourself real quick? What's your name?
My name is Dende. I'm an artist, nerd, and I love Dragon Ball.
I mean, hence why we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball. Boy's name is Dende. So without further ado. All right, bro. So first off, man, I gotta say I'm a big fan for real. So you are an artist, and I'm a huge fan of your music. I don't know if you would say it's like some soulful R&B style. You get into the hip hop genre. What would necessarily you classify it as?
A mixture of those two, and then like alternative and just anything that I
would call
liked.
You indie for sure. Yeah. And honestly, man, I don't want to just classify you as just an artist. I've been seeing you be on the forefronts of like Black Lives Matter and a lot of protests and things of that nature. And what you do on that, like I am just saying this like for real. I know it means a lot to a lot of people, and it's really inspirational. Like what you do with all that and how out there you putting yourself on it, bro. Like for real.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It wasn't like what I was trying to do, but it kind of ended up being that.
It's like, your life. I definitely. I mean, I can't say that I fully understand, but like, sure. It's real, and like I love you for that. I think that helps. Not necessarily just your art, but like you as a human being, bro. Like you good people. So I'm really excited to have you on and talk about some Dragon Ball. So let's get it. On that, we're gonna get into like the fun stuff. Dende, bro. Why you come up with that name first off? Like,
dude, Dende is one of the most overlooked characters because he's not as strong as everyone else, but he's one of the most important characters in the show because once he changes positions with Kami, if he doesn't exist, the Dragon Balls don't exist, and the whole premise of the show doesn't exist. That's
really what I want to kind of ask is like, so you picked Dende, that's one of your you say it's an overlooked character, that's one of your favorite characters. Mm-hmm. Is it Namekians in general, or is it really just Dende? Because like I
like Namekians in general, but I like Dende specifically because they went and got his ass. He didn't volunteer for it, and they
kind of did, but yeah.
They were like,
they
said. When I was making beats, I made a beat tag, and it was literally when they were like, "Who do y'all have that we can bring?" And then he goes, "Dende," and I used that as my beat tag because like they literally volunteered that nigga. But he was like, "I'll go," but they like volunteered him
because Namekians are real powerful, real. I don't know how versed you really are with like the Dragon Ball universe and everything that Akira Toriyama has set up, but like they have the Namekian Book of Legend, and they know a lot of what's going on within the Dragon Ball universe as a whole, and they have like they're the ones that knew about like the Saiyan legend and all that, and they actually spoke on some of that things. So yeah, it's they're very spiritual beings, and I could definitely see that in some of your music as well. And I just thought it was cool that you went with Dende because you could have went with like, I am Piccolo, or I am Lord Slug, or I feel like
I identify with Dende a lot, bro.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, Dende is he's that healing character. He's definitely come in real clutch in like a lot of the story arcs. Like towards the end of Dragon Ball Z, he even healed Goku and Vegeta right before they fought Buu. And even, I don't know if you're keeping up with Super in the manga at all. You watch the show in the manga, bro. In the manga, he's actually like he's stepping up again because he kind of fell to the wayside throughout Super, all of like the latest stuff. But I don't want to spoil too much for you because they're gonna come out with the show and stuff. But like,
okay.
So Moro, he's the villain in the new Super arc, and bottom line, Moro is now back on Earth, and Dende is like, I'm the guardian of Earth. I need to at least do something. I'm not as powerful as Goku, Piccolo, any of these other characters, but like I really need to step back in. So he went back in. He started healing people on the battlefield, and he's actually taking that guardianship to back to what it's worth, because I really felt like Kami back in the day, he stepped back. He was like, all right,
yeah, Goku. He was just up there, he was watching, he was like, all right, well, I'm looking at y'all,
right, like, all right, Goku, you go handle this. I'm too old for this. pretty much,
yeah. He was like, well, Piccolo's,
basically what he was saying.
Evil Piccolo's there, and
now Dende himself actually even has like a little mentor. His name is Eska. I don't know any of this.
I need to read manga, bro.
It's all good. If you even if you just like an anime fan, ain't nothing wrong with that. But have you watched? Do you watch it in sub or dub?
I watch it in sub because
really,
I don't like certain people's voices in dub.
I get you.
I like sub. I feel like the only anime I like not subbed is Naruto. That's the only one I'm cool with that one. I'm cool with that one, but like not all of it isn't subbed.
You kept up with any of Boruto, any of that stuff?
I'm caught up on Boruto for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not really one of my favorites, to be perfectly honest.
Understandable. I feel like what they're doing though is like, because at the beginning of Naruto he has nothing and he's trying to like gain everything, and at the beginning of Boruto he pretty much has everything.
Yeah, no,
and I feel like he's gonna individually, like I'm talking about, but like specifically Boruto, he's gonna like lose everything.
That's actually a really good point. I didn't necessarily mean to get into this as like a Naruto conversation, but no, that's a fair point. Within that continuity, that's the only manga anime I can think of where the main character reached his goal and actually passed the mantle on to the next generation. Whereas with Dragon Ball Super, it's pretty much the Goku and Vegeta show.
100%. Because they fucked over Gohan for a while there. They made him cold as shit when he was Teen Gohan, and they introduced that Great Saiyaman shit, which was the lamest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wait,
Gohan.
First of all, can I cuss?
Yeah,
I have like a lot.
Yeah. So. No, I normally let it kind of free flow for sure. So you good?
Yeah. Okay, that's a valid point. But yeah, I don't know. They kind of let Gohan fall off the mantle. Future Gohan was the coldest.
I feel you. So who, other than Dende, who's your favorite character?
In Dragon Ball Z? Dragon Ball in general?
Yeah, in general.
I kind of like Vegeta just for the pride of him. Because he's very prideful to a fault.
Like, I just wish that they would give him a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely give him a dub on some shit. Because he, again, not to get too much in the moral arc, it looked like he was getting some shine again, but then he kind of got slapped around yet again. And what I'm really hoping for at the end of this arc is a little bit of a change and a shift. And I hope that all of the characters kind of come together and defeat the villain together, and not just Goku, Vegeta, but like Piccolo, Gohan, all of them. I would really love like a tag team type of situation. Don't think that that's really what's about to happen.
Yeah, usually it ends up being like everybody gets their ass beat until Goku shows up or Vegeta shows up, and then Vegeta gets his ass beat and he's like, Kakarot, you gotta end it.
Yeah, for sure.
Except for the newer fucking Broly movie. I really like that.
You really like the Broly Super movie?
I liked the Broly movie because they made Broly canon, and it just looked crazy.
So I'm not gonna lie, I have a very what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial opinion on the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. And when they first announced that movie was coming out, I was actually like, I was hoping for a new storyline. I was hoping for a new hero, villain, whatever. And when they announced that it was Broly, I was actually disappointed. Broly already had 3 movies. I understand wanting to make him canon, but I feel like that's fan service. And
that is true. That is fan service.
I like, not to offend anybody, but it was just I don't feel like the fans always know what's best for the storyline, so to speak, and it can actually take away from some of the story. We don't need everything to become canon. Yeah, we got Gogeta canon now, we got Broly canon now.
I didn't even care about that as much as Broly
being canon. But okay,
but I get what you're saying though. That makes sense.
But then my thing was, the movie came out and it is fantastic. Like, it is definitely a really good movie. Just even like the way, like, anybody who says that there's not really like character development or that Dragon Ball is like very stereotypical, that's not the case. Like, Goku and Vegeta, you actually even see a change in their fighting styles as they level up into Super Saiyan and then Super Saiyan 2, and then when they go into God. And if you like really know, like, God Ki is a more controlled ki. So when they go into that state, it's no longer that Saiyan rage taking over, and they have to be calm in order to control it. So I just loved actually their fighting style changes with all of that, and like, I love the thought process that went through a lot of that. So like, absolutely, no, Dragon Ball Broly was like a really good movie. The only thing that I still gripe about it is they changed Broly so much from the original Z that I feel like they could have called him a different character and it still would have worked. Like,
I don't know if they could have did that though.
What you think?
Just for the fact that he was still a Saiyan, I don't think that, and he was the legendary one technically. I don't think that they could have changed him, like, because they didn't change that.
And like, yeah, and his Saiyan,
he kind of changes the banishing and
his Saiyan evolution was definitely, how do I say, it was different from the other Saiyan transformations. It seemed like he had more of like that green aura to him. It seemed like it was more of a primal from that Uzaru.
Yeah, it was like form. It was, yeah.
You good?
I had to breathe. My bad.
No, you good. That whiskey hit you.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I've been drinking whiskey this whole time.
Yeah.
I lost my thought. You can keep going.
You good? But yeah, no. I definitely agree. It was a really good film. So like, what would be your favorite arc then out of Dragon Ball Z, even Super? Like, are you really even actually enjoying Super? We'll start with that.
I enjoy Super. I don't enjoy it as much as the earlier stuff, but I do enjoy it because of I feel like the running joke is how like long strung out Dragon Ball is, and then when you find out like the newer like out stuff of the newer out like parts of Super is literally taking place in like 3 hours, and it's like 40 episodes. like it's I think that's funny because I feel like they're just doing that on purpose at this point because they're like
it's to draw it out for sure. So it's but my only, how do I say it, my only the way that I make an excuse for that, or so to speak, that's the best way I can think of to put it right now. It's just that they're fighting at such high super speed that it just compensates for the time, you know what I'm saying? So like it's 40 minutes to us, but it really could have taken place in like a few seconds type deal, you know what I'm saying?
I like that that introduction of like a multiverse type of thing though. That's
for sure.
Really
the universe
cool.
has expanded.
That's really cool.
I like
that a lot.
I'm definitely excited to see how like Android 17, how his wish was fulfilled at the end. A lot of people are speculating that he brought back some of the deleted universes as well, and what necessarily that means. I think that I don't know when we're going to get into that, because right now in the manga we're going over the Moro arc, and I'm sure that they're going to animate that when the animation does come back. There's no confirmed date on when the animation's coming back yet, but I'm sure they're going to cover that, and then they'll go in past that. Honestly, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on tangents and stuff,
good,
but I feel like they're letting the manga get ahead at this point, because I don't know if you're familiar with like the writing style of like how everything's actually like produced. But originally in Z, it was Akira Toriyama like writing everything, and he was actually writing the story on like a weekly basis. And by the time you get into Super, so you know, Akira Toriyama wanted to end Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, because it's all one continuity in the Japanese version. He wanted to end it several times. Like he wanted to end it after, was it Frieza arc, Cell arc, and then he finally ended it after the Buu arc. He was pretty much done writing it. Now that we're getting into Super, the writing style has changed. He's like written out guidelines and like points for all of them to kind of hit, and then he's passing the torch over to a guy named Toyotaro. And Toyotaro actually wrote, I don't know if you're familiar with the Dragon Ball AF online.
I'm not.
Okay, so after GT came out, there was Dragon Ball AF,
the one that
not everybody,
no one acknowledges.
right. But there was another fan made series online called AF. It was After Future. I think that's what it stood for. I think there's like other speculations of what it stood for, but there was a writer for it. His name was Toyotaro. He went by Toyable at the time, and he was a fan, and he became the predecessor pretty much to Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama is still technically over everything, but at the moment, Toyotaro is actually writing the manga and filling in all the gaps. So like, Akira Toriyama says, all right, hit these points or whatever, but how you get to these points, I don't care. Like you can pretty much like kind of take over. And I forgot where I was going with all of this. Oh, that's what I was saying is I feel like at this point, the anime, I'm not a huge fan of the Super anime, because I just feel like there was a lot of, not necessarily just plot holes, but like things weren't necessarily thought through. And that's because the animation team and the writers for the anime didn't know how to connect Toriyama's thought points all the way. But Toyotaro has done a really good job in the manga. I highly suggest, bro, you go back and read it. I got some of the manga books on my shelf right there. You can borrow some of them, I swear.
Okay.
If you're down
I might take you on.
I know you got a lot going on. You're working on your music and you're working on.
I'll read it. I don't have an issue with reading. I just never got into reading it. Like I said earlier, like I had a bunch of manga from just Hunter x Hunter and didn't read any of it. I don't even know where I got it, and I don't know where it is now.
So then, what other anime do you like then? You got Dragon Ball. So you've mentioned Hunter x Hunter to me a couple of times.
Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorites. I really like the storyline, and I like the I don't know his name. I forgot his name. The creator of it, but he also made Yu Yu Hakusho, which is one of my favorite also, and they have like the same outfits.
Yu Yu Hakusho is one of my favorites of all time too, bro. That's top 3.
I literally have a lyric about Yu Yu Hakusho.
Real? Yeah. What is that in?
It's in Torn Apart, and I'm like, you're Meshu with the spirit gun, be my Keiko if you just to be safe. But
okay.
I love so Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter. I have the core drill from Gurren Lagann on my chest.
All right, bro. I fuck with you. I fuck with you for sure.
Itachi Sharingan, and I have Sasuke Sharingan on my hands.
Right.
Who else? What else do I like? Yeah, I love them. I just don't read like that.
That's actually like, okay, so my top 3 would probably be, I gotta say Dragon Ball. I don't care what anybody says. I understand.
I love Dragon Ball.
Some of the cliches behind it and all that, but like it influenced so many other animes and mangas and pop culture in general for a reason. Like, it's good for a reason.
Dragon Ball and Pokemon brought
you into that culture.
Yeah, it brought pretty much all of America into it. No, honestly, but keep going.
No, I was just saying, yeah, my top 3 are honestly, you named some of them: Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball, and Gurren Lagann, bro. I love Gurren Lagann, so that's dope that you said.
My favorite scene in shot from any anime, and it still to this point, is in that first episode of Gurren Lagann when they first get from underground and they're like spinning in the air, and it shows everything.
Yeah.
I think it's that one. I have a poster of that on my wall in my studio. It just looks awesome.
How's the poster then? It's like literally the full landscape, like a panoramic, pretty much?
It's like this wide and like this tall.
That's freaking dope. I mean, you're gonna have to invite me over sometime.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. I have that. I have Tokyo Ghoul on my wall, and I have what else I have on my wall? I have a little Vegeta, kind of like these, but like way smaller.
I got you.
J-Tech, you know J-Tech? My friend J-Tech, he's a
probably met him, to be honest.
He shoots a lot of videos, but
got you.
He went to
shot that video with you in the couch.
Yeah, he shot Road.
Okay, yeah.
He went to
It's a
Japan. He went to Japan and he got me this. What anniversary of Dragon Ball Z are we on? Dragon Ball just in general, because he got the book for me, and it was like the anniversary. It had all the original drawings, and I have it in my studio. He got that, and he got me a little Vegeta.
So you keep this stuff in your studio while you record as well? Is it help you with your recordings? You think?
It's there because it's like like in here, it's like an aesthetic and it's like a feeling. You feel different when you have all these things around you. So when I have something that heavily influenced just my growing up in the room, it makes me feel better. Have you ever like
brought that stuff to you in one of the other recording studios that you go to kind of like help you out?
I haven't. I mean, I bring my backpack. I bring my backpack because it has Pokemon on it. You know, like Pokemon a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Pokemon was definitely one of my first introductions as like, being yay high type deal.
People don't count Pokemon as anime, and it's weird to me.
It's an anime. Anime is Japanese animation.
Yeah.
That's what it's short.
It's weird. So. It's weird because it was on so many things.
What do you mean? Like on so many
like WB Kids and fucking. It was on different publications.
Thank you.
So people were just like, that was a cartoon, but it was like, no, that's one of the animes.
That's an anime. Yeah. Anime it's funny to me because then people who don't really know like what anime is, they'll say that Boondocks is an anime and like it's anime style.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Cartoon it's American made. Yeah. So anime is anything made in Japan. So then, like, kind of back to Dragon Ball. Like, what would you say your favorite arc is?
Oh yeah, I did not answer.
No, we got super sidetracked. It's all good.
Sheesh, I kind of like the Cell Saga just because it shows Gohan is like the hardest nigga in the world, bro. Like, Gohan is the hardest motherfucker there. Like they brought him out and was just like Goku was just beating it.
See, it's because Gohan was originally in Akira Toriyama's mind. He was the one that was supposed to take over.
He should have,
but. It was a number of reasons why it didn't happen. One, fan backlash, and two, Akira Toriyama, Goku has a special place in his heart, so he kept bringing him back pretty much. Because I mean that's the character that brought everything to begin with. But yeah, no, Teen Gohan, he was an absolute badass, and I mean Gohan got like a little bit of shine again in the Buu arc when he got the Mystic form, and he became the most powerful unfused character, which is great. But like he was only shining in like what 2-3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta and Goku came in with their Vegeto, and that kind of took over.
And I also think that Cell is one of the best, most
villains.
Good. Like he's the greatest villain, like there, because he just cares about strong.
Yeah,
like he's just like
no
he's
other
Goku. Like he's Goku if he was evil.
Be the strongest. I love that you put it that way.
He's Goku if he was evil, dude. He's just like, hey.
That is great. Like, yes, and yeah, he's got Goku's DNA within him, but like the motivation of Goku, I just want to be the strongest. That's literally all Cell wanted.
100%.
Whereas other characters, they either wanted world domination.
Frieza was racist.
Right, for sure.
And for some reason gay in the English. he seemed pretty metrosexual.
Well, it's a woman that voices him in the. Well, it was.
That makes more sense.
And I forget her name right now. But then in Super, since she passed away, and now they have that new voice actor. Which, no offense to the guy, I much more prefer the old voice actor for Frieza. But I mean, she passed away.
Understandable.
So yeah. But no, I agree with you, man. Cell Arc was like.
That's the best.
The way that he was introduced, because you thought that the not just Cell Arc, it's really the Android arc.
Yeah.
But like you thought that the androids were the villains, and then he comes in. I don't want to say out of nowhere, but there was like mystery behind his character at first, and it was very much more of like a sci-fi thriller to begin with before like we really got his introduction, and then it became more of like a power scaling thing, just as Dragon Ball Z is known for.
100%.
But like, yeah, ain't nobody got nothing on Teen Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, and
beautiful.
Yeah, when
it was beautiful.
Was Android 16 gets stomped on, that was it, and like just that view with the piercing going through him, and he just snaps. Like it was. I agree with you, and then he becomes super cocky. Which was almost the downfall of Goku, at least. But
it's just, and just the fact that Cell sat there waiting for everybody to run his fade for like 2 weeks.
Right. He wasn't in a rush.
He was just like, yo, I'll give y'all time.
I'm the strongest. Like,
go train, bro. Like, right. I'll be here.
No other villain has done that. Like, Boo was just, I'm ready to square up with you.
Yeah,
right
he's like,
now.
I'll take over the universe right now.
Well, it wasn't even taking over. He just
wanted to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, just straight up destroy.
Like those sucks.
I appreciate it. Yeah, nah. For those, all right,
that's another one that has the potential to take over. That's a great one.
Yeah, My Hero Academia. I got he's speaking on my socks. I'm sorry. Most of my wardrobe is either anime, comic shirts, and or venue and artist merch. Do you have any merch?
Yeah, I don't have any with me, but what size do you wear?
No, large. You ain't got to give me one. I'll cop.
No, I'll give you one.
For damn sure. No, I got to buy.
I'll give you one for having me on here, but
bro, no,
I'll give you one.
I'm enjoying this conversation, so we definitely gonna have to do this again, anyways. But yeah. No, so most of my wardrobe is like venue, artist, merch, and comic related stuff. Either that or it's black because I work like production and stuff, so I just gotta wear the black. But yeah, no, I got these My Hero Academia socks. I got some Dragon Ball socks, and I got some DC socks. And those, I pretty much wear those like all the time. I ain't gonna lie to you. Which you guys can check that stuff out. I post a lot of that on our Instagram at Comic Cave Podcast. You can check all that stuff out. Yeah. I got that's actually one of the highlights is I put clothing or like fits, and it's like me and just my merch and gear, bro.
Good.
Like, it's just fits. I'm like, I got fits for days on this comic stuff, I swear. But yeah, no. So again, back to Dragon Ball, kind of like looping back around. I was gonna try to keep this conversation short, but I'm just having too much of a good time with it.
I am too. I'm cooler.
Yeah. So I noticed you got the Dragon Ball earring as well.
I got the Potara
in that.
No, this is a Potara.
Oh, that's the Potara earring. Oh, snap. Okay. That's what's up. You only got the one though.
Yeah, because I do, but this ear isn't pierced anymore. I got this ear pierced and it fell out. Like I got it pierced after I got this ear pierced, and the little stud fell out and it sealed, and I never got it pierced again. But I do have both. I just don't wear them because I don't have two pierced ears.
Well, no, it kind of makes sense. Also, you like I'm one half when I meet my other whole. You know, here you go type deal.
We're gonna be fusing.
That's a good way to put it.
Technically forever, but I guess not if fucking Boo has something to do with it.
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting how they actually put all that together on the note of fusion. So like, if you. Did they talk about that in the anime? I can't even remember. So with the fusion, they actually recently said that for mortals, the Potara only lasts for an hour, and that's the reason why they actually split and Boo's. Yeah, so
they did not.
That might have been all in the manga. So this is also why I recommend reading the manga. It fills in a whole lot more and like closes up some of these plot holes and stuff. And what they end up saying and revealing within that is that the Patara fusion only lasts for an hour, not for mortals. If it's a Kai, like a god that does it, then it's life.
See, the Kai, in the anime, the Kais were saying like it's for life,
but that's
and they didn't tell them that.
No, it's because they didn't know that, and it's something that they revealed later. I wouldn't even necessarily call it a retcon because they never actually said in the anime or in the manga of Z why they split inside Boo's body. They just said it was because of Boo, or they didn't even say it was because of him. They guessed that it was because of him, but they didn't actually confirm say that. Then later on in Super, they're like, oh no, it's actually mortals can only have it last for an hour. So it's still technically, I feel like, stronger than the fusion dance, which is 30 minutes, and that still gets cut short due to like power restraints and all that.
One thing I do love about that fusion dance, going back to the newer Broly movie, is the fact that they fucking flew at Frieza and let him get his ass beat for what, 3 hours?
Bro.
3 hours straight?
Frieza deserved that though.
Yeah, he did. He was a petty ass. He was just sitting there like egging on the thing like the whole time, the whole movie.
He should have gotten, what's the word I'm looking for? He should have won like an award for best actor or something within that when he turned around and shot Paragus. Oh, Broly, look out.
Bro, he was being so petty the whole time.
Broly, your father was shot by a stray energy blast and like freaked out. That was hilarious to me.
That was great. I'm glad they put that scene in there. That was great. Because how many freezes did they try to do? And it was like you have to wait 30 minutes
each time.
And
then
I think they did it like 4 times.
Well, they did it twice, but technically, I don't know if they kept that within the movie. But they're supposed to wait. I think in the manga originally they had said it's an hour between fusions before they could try the fusion again. So technically,
just know Frieza got his ass beat for like 3 hours straight.
For 3 to 4 hours. Like, yeah, nah.
It's beautiful.
And he definitely deserved it.
Oh, 100%. Frieza always deserves it.
But so then, out of the Dragon Ball movies, you kept up with any of the movies? You watched most of them or some of them? What's your favorite movie?
I kind of like the Bardock one just because it like kind of shows. I don't even remember what movie that is called. I don't think it's called the Bardock movie. I don't remember what it's called.
So there's actually 3 different versions. There's the Bardock scene within the anime. He gets like a brief kind of shout out. Then there's a TV special, which is like a short
I think it might have
film.
been the TV special.
But then he got his own movie as well. So there's like different adaptations.
See, I don't like.
What?
In the Brawly one, I don't like how they made
him seem like they gave him more of like a heart type deal, and
like
they Super has retconned quite a few things since Z. I feel you for the people who have grown up, and I can't even just say like it's some of us that grown up on it. Like, think about it. Dragon Ball started in the 80s. We're now in the 2010s. People have literally, not just us, but the generation before us, grew up. Is that the generation before where it's the 80s? I was born in the 90s. When were you born?
95.
Okay, so I was born in 92. I'm just a little bit older than you. But yeah, so the people, I don't know if 10 years, that's not really a generation, but 10 years before us, people grew up on Dragon Ball.
Yeah, for sure. They was like teens.
Yeah. So it's like, for the people that grew up on it and then now see Super and we're getting a bunch of these retcons, I get it. Like, they're trying to reach a younger audience, and Super has very much become a corporate thing. As I mentioned before, Akira Toriyama was really over Dragon Ball as a whole up until Super. By that point, he's done. Like, he doesn't want to write it anymore. And it's not to say that he doesn't love it. He still has his input, and he still says like, no, don't do that, or you should go this route, or things like that. He still has love and respect for what he's created, but he's like done just like writing it. Like, the man was writing it for 30 plus years. Like,
as you should be tired of it.
You're right. By that point in time, you should definitely be moving on to something else. And I highly recommend this stuff too. And I've got these mangas as well, and I'll let you read them if you're down to read. I ain't trying to push too much on you.
I will. I want to.
But he's done like other one shots and stuff as well. Sandland is one of my favorites. I've got that, and that's actually about Deborah's son. You remember Deborah from Z? So he's the king of the demon realm, and or the demon plane, which is another realm within the Dragon Ball universe. So you have like the heaven realm, the mortal realm, the demon realm, and then the Kaioshin realm. I think that's all of them. I'll put up there's actually like a map of it, and I can put that up. So he's the king of the demon realm, and Sandland's about his son, whose name is Beelzebub, and he's super freaking badass. Like, he has like this healing factor that's like really freaking quick. And then so Akira Toriyama did that, and it's just one it's not a one shot. It's several chapters, but it's only like one Dragon Ball book, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The compilation or whatever. And then more recently, he did Jaco, the Galactic Patrolman. So you know who that is in Super.
Yeah, he's
right?
a Super. He's a he like fucking marries some weird ass. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. No, I got you. So he actually has his own manga as well, and that was put out. When was that put out? Not too long ago, right before Brawly came out, because at the end of that book, there's like a promotional extra chapter about Bardock and his wife Jean. And sending Goku to Earth, and it takes place before the Dragon Ball series even starts, but he wrote it like more recently. Anyways, it's a good read. It's funny. If you're familiar with Akira Toriyama's original works, it's like more of comedic stuff, and it's definitely comedic, and it's pretty good. So I highly recommend you read that. I'll let you borrow some
I will.
stuff.
I want to.
For sure.
Out of the games,
Yeah, hit me.
what is your favorite of the DB Dragon Ball games?
So I'm again, this might be my age showing, but I love Dragon Ball. I love the Budokai, not Budokai Tenkaichi,
Just Budokai.
the original Budokai trilogy. I love those games. Even number 2. People give number 2 some flack, but I love number 2. And number 2 was like the board game one. You remember that? But I love, because it's still, how do I say, like the gameplay of it when you're fighting, it's side scroll, but you can still do your side steps. And so you still have like this 3D realm to play in. But once you got into Tenkaichi and you had to like press these other buttons to fly, and then like you couldn't go Super Saiyan on your own, you had to pick the Super Saiyan character, and like all these other like crazy things. Like the only thing I liked about Tenkaichi is when they started like introducing, like you could play as Master Roshi and like some of these other characters, which was cool, but like the controls, bro, is not my thing. Like I will wreck anybody on any of the Budokai original games, bro.
I will
swear.
say it's probably just nostalgia, but one of my favorites is, I don't even remember what it's called, but it was on Game Boy, and it was when you were fighting with the cards. I don't even remember what that fucking game was called.
Game Boy did that with a few games.
You were literally fighting with cards.
Yeah. No, they did that for.
And I forgot what it was, because it used to piss me off. But I do like the Budokai games. Those are super. For ones that you can actually like actively fight in it, those are the Budokai ones are my favorite. Because I don't like the.
Probably Budokai 3, because that's when they introduced the. Like you could fly around. It was more of like an open world type deal, but like not fully open world. You could just fly around the planet. I love that one probably the most, but then there was like Dragon Ball Z Saga. I don't know if you remember that game. That one was like, it's like an RPG style Dragon Ball game, where like you would go on this, how do I even explain this? Like a map that you would have to fight through all these other villains to get to the boss at the end of like this, it's not a maze, it's pretty straightforward. You just go from point A to point B. But gameplay on that was a little bit different, but I enjoyed that one a lot. And it was like one of the first games that they introduced the yard rats within the game, and you actually had to like compete against them, and that's how you ended up learning, Goku ends up learning the actual teleportation and all that. And then I liked playing the old Game Boy Advance games. So what were those? Dragon Ball Z Legend, was it? And
I think so.
Yeah, and then there was the second one where it went up to. Ooh, now I need to go back. You fight all the way up through Boo, I believe, in the second one. And that was like one of my first introductions to the game. But on that note, I'm sorry, I can go on tangents all day.
I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying, bro. You don't even know.
So yeah, on that note, when you're saying the card game, they did that Game Boy and the PSP. They like to do that where you had to play with play the cards in order to do the moves and the combos. And they also did that with what is the name of that game that everybody loves with the Keyblades? Kingdom Heart. They did that with the Game Boy one as well. I'm not gonna say overrated. It's a good game for sure, but like I feel you if you haven't played it. It's fine. I ain't gonna hate on you for not playing.
What is the newer Dragon Ball game called? Not the Legend. I mean, not the Fighter Z. I was okay with that game. There's ones. No, not that one either. Because I saw that when I was like, this just seems like they just remade one of the other games.
It's open world though. That's like an RPG. Okay. That's
but what is it? Is they like you go back in time and you're fighting through as a different character through all the sagas, and you make your own character. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, you're talking about see, now my mind wants to go blank on me, and that's a high praise one too.
Yeah, that's one a lot of people like, and I don't like that game that much. They made two of them, though. They made two.
Yeah, and I think they're working on a third, if I'm not mistaken.
Something to do with time, and I forgot what it's called.
I know what you're talking about. Why is my mind? I'll put up a picture of it because I know what you're talking about.
I got my phone. I'm gonna find it.
Dragon Ball. Ooh, we're gonna take a long time on this because I'm sitting here trying to remember, and other people on the channel are just sitting there like, yeah, I know it. It's why y'all.
If you figure out before I figure out and I have the internet, Xenoverse.
Yeah, that's what it was. But I mean, that's kind of cool because you can make your own Saiyan character, or make your own character in general. I
don't like the fighting style. It's like because it's like. It's the 360 thing is kind of disorienting for me.
That's why I don't like
it. Bothers me.
That's why I didn't like Tenkaichi, and like especially for the first one when like I ain't gonna lie, and maybe it was possibly because the first time I played it was on the Wii and the controls for that were freaking whack.
Well, Wii controls are just dumb as hell.
For real, especially for that stuff. And you had to like do certain things. Give me just my basic play, man. And that might have been what just turned me off from those games in general. But yeah, it was all over the place. Like the camera didn't follow the character too well, and they've got since then. I'm sure they have gotten better. But like that's not my. I'm with you, bro. That's not my thing. I like the classic side scroll. Like Fighter Z did a really good job of going back to that side scroll kind of screen and stuff. And Fighter Z is pretty cool. I've got that game, and I've got Kakarot. Very different gameplays. And controls for Kakarot's not too bad. A lot of people give that one some flack as well, but like I like the Easter eggs in that game.
When did that one come out? Like last month?
No, that came out a while ago, bro. Kakarot.
Bro, I feel like I went to GameStop during quarantine and they did not have that game out yet.
Nah, it's got to be a different game that you're thinking of then, because Kakarot came out. Well, maybe, but it came out before. It came out before quarantine. It had to come out before. It came out before quarantine.
Bro, I swear. Hold on. We're gonna figure this out. This is gonna bother me.
I feel you. But I mean, as while you're looking up, as I was kind of saying, is
no, it was before quarantine.
Yeah. But I'm sure it wasn't too much before. But it was the Easter eggs within it. Like Goku, one of the first moves that you have before you unlock all these other moves is paper, rock, scissors. Like that's one of his first moves in Dragon Ball and stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's down great. To like certain foods that they have for certain characters. Like a lot of it, if you like really know the Dragon Ball universe, like they've got a lot of cool Easter eggs in there.
Is that game only on PC and PS4?
I've got it on PS4, so I don't know what else it's on.
I feel like it's only on those. I have an Xbox and I have a PC, but I don't want to download that shit on PC.
Do you play PC games?
Not a lot.
Are you a gamer?
No. I suck at games. I suck at games. I just play them because I enjoy them sometimes, and I enjoy like the thought they put into them, especially when it's stuff that I actually like a lot.
That's the only reason why I like Kakarot. Like they do a lot of like weird stuff and change the storyline a little bit, and I get it. They're just trying to change it up because like we know the storyline at this point. And they want to make it a little bit more interesting, but. My gripe with that at the same time is a lot of people that don't super know the Dragon Ball mythos and stuff. They think that it's like a retcon to the story, and they're like, no, this is like what happened and stuff. And like, no, it's not a retcon to the story. They're just doing that in the game for make it like fun. Like that's it. But it does have a lot of like Easter eggs in it. So I played it literally for that reason alone, just to pick up on the Easter eggs. And I don't play games much, bro. Like I get bored with games and like and please, people, don't take this the wrong way, but I get bored with games in like 30 minutes. Like seriously, I can only play like 30 at a time.
There's only certain games I can play. I don't like the shooting games that much.
If I'm gonna sit down and do anything, like if I've got spare time, I'm gonna work on this podcast or I'm gonna work on music. Like that's it. Like that's what I spend my spare time on, or watching anime and reading anime. Or comics in general. Hence my other Batman and stuff. But yeah, on that note, like, are you into other comics as well? Or are you just mostly an anime geek?
It's mostly anime, honestly. I enjoyed like I said, I didn't read like comics or manga or anything, but I enjoyed Static Shock when it was on TV because it was amazing. I went back a few years ago and watched all of them.
Static is what the TV show. That's what got me into it originally, and I was in what 5th grade when that came out, maybe even earlier than that, maybe 3rd. I know it wasn't 4th. I'm pretty sure it was 5th. 92 is when I was born, so math, whatever. But after that, it's when I went back and I actually like read all of the comics as well, and it's super good. I relate to that character a lot, and I don't even mean like I get it. I'm white, like I'm not black, but that character is still relatable because in a lot of ways and we're getting sidetracked from DBZ, but that's fine. He's kind of like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and he was actually heavily based off of that character. But like I just related to the geekiness to him. I related to the fact that he was in high school and he was still not just trying to learn how to be a hero, but also learn how to be a decent human being. And in the comics, bro, like I recommend going back and reading some of the original comics on this stuff because it's not as goody two shoe as the show was. His best friend was a drug dealer. Like when he was presented the gun to go do the shootout with the gang, it wasn't, oh no, I can't take this gun and throw it in the river. He was like, I'm gonna go cap him. Like I'm down. Like
that's awesome. That makes me like him more.
Right. He was like, no, I'm done being bullied. Like I'm gonna do this. Like it was a whole different story. Not a whole different story. Just like it was a lot more depth to it, and it was a lot of stuff that I could relate to personally.
I mean, they couldn't put that on WB for Kids.
Oh no, for sure. They changed it up. Like in WB for Kids, they made his mom die, which that episode when he meets his mom is like super heart-wrenching as well. But she's actually alive in the comics, and like that's a whole different story. And good. It's good stuff. Good stuff for sure.
I feel like I wasn't really into any other. I was honestly just into Japanese animation. Like I watched Code Lyoko, that wasn't that good. That was like French or whatever the fuck it was.
I don't even know what that is.
Code Lyoko was like it was also on
Lay it on me. Teach me.
Was also on Toonami, which introduced me to a whole lot of anime.
Toonami was
Code Lyoko was I'm pretty sure it's a French anime. Like if you can French make based. That French, I'm thinking it was made in France. Not anime. It's not anime, but it's like the style of. It's a French cartoon in the style of anime. Basically, they're like kids, and they go into like this computer simulation called Code Lyoko, and they like fight, and it's ridiculous.
I don't mean to just compare it to things
Sword Art.
Sword Art, but I was actually thinking. What was the name of that one show that I'm trying to think of right now? Hack. I don't know if you saw that.
What, is it Hack Sign or just Hack?
Hack. Well, I think Hack Sign is the sequel to it, but it's Hack with a period at the end.
I haven't seen that.
That was on Toonami for a little while too, or was it on Adult Swim? It was pretty adult content, I ain't gonna lie. But that was the same type of concept. It was a couple of characters that were playing video games that got sucked into the video game world, and it's a whole story behind that.
But yeah, in Code Lyoko, they don't get stuck there. They come out, and like the stuff that's inside of the digital like world comes to the real world sometimes, and it fucks stuff up, and they have to
Digimon.
go. Kind of. Okay. And they have to go back into like fix it. It's more.
I don't know if you've seen Digimon. Actually, they rebooted that.
And like I never got into Digimon that much. I got heavily into Pokemon, even though Pokemon was after Digimon. Like I never.
Technically, it wasn't after it in America though. Pokemon came out first in America, but Digimon came out first, I think, in Japan. If I'm not mistaken.
I never got into
correct
Digimon.
Us if I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I was just meaning like which one was made first. I never really got into Digimon that much. I don't know. I don't even think it was bad. I didn't think it was bad. It just wasn't like what I was into. But it was basically the same fucking thing.
So I just thought you didn't answer this question either. What was your favorite Dragon Ball movie? Or did you answer that?
Oh, I said one of the Bardock ones, but I didn't specify which one it was because I didn't know which one it was. It was. I don't know if it was the TV special or like I don't know what happened in each of them. I don't remember. I haven't seen them in a very long time.
No, that was still good. But honestly, on that note, we are kind of like running out of time. We're gonna have to do this again if you're down, though.
I am.
So you are an artist and you do have some music stuff. Normally, at the end of the podcast, I kind of fade in with a song that I made, and that's an outro song. But if you can, send me a track, and I'll kind of put that at the end, and you guys can check him out. Tell people where they can follow you at.
You can follow me on Instagram at I am Dende, Twitter at Dende is me. If you don't remember one of those, you can just go to my website www.imdende.com.
So he's got his website. You have a YouTube, right? That's where I saw your video.
Everything's on the website. It's fine. You can just
so I'm gonna link his information down below. You guys can definitely go check him out. He's definitely got some really good vibes. If you guys are into hip hop, soul type music. Seriously, I'm not even just saying this lightly. You are one of my favorite artists for real.
Thanks.
Like I definitely feel the stuff stuff that you be putting out. But this is the Comic Cave. You can follow us at Comic Cave Podcast on IG, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes. We have a Twitch account, nothing up just yet, but Chris is going to be playing some games and get some stuff up on there pretty soon. I'm your boy Russ. Appreciate you guys. Comment your favorite Dragon Ball, not just Z, not just Super, but Dragon Ball saga and character down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Peace.
Goodbye. Damn, I like that trunk sweater over there. I didn't see that.
I got that from a friend.
Love is a drug you just gain to get enough of, so just take it from me. I'm down on my knees, baby. If love is a drug you just gain to get enough of, then take it from me. I'm begging you, please, baby. Hold on to me for enough a second. Loving got me so gone. If hating you is right, then baby girl, I just been so wrong for so long. And girl, that's the truth. Wait, I just can't help it. I try not to show it, but I think I'm in love with you. Oh, this might sound selfish, but I think you're perfect for me, girl. I'm perfect for you. Love is a drug you just gain to get enough of, so just take it from me. I'm down on my knees, baby. If love is a drug you just gain to get enough of, then take it from me. I'm begging you, please, baby.
Take every sip of me down to the last drop. Yeah. I let you take every piece of me until you pass out and fall into my arms. Oh, please don't be afraid to love me the way. Engage or be engaged if I can set the stage. I think that Eden would be our little perfect place. We'll dance in the garden and we'll make fun of the snakes. They crawl on their bellies and wish they can stand in our place. My hands will melt to your face, the sun will lie in your eyes. I like what you create, my tongue engraving my name. Your voice will sing out a praise.
And I would
Take every sip of thee until the last drop. I let you take every piece of me until we passed out. And you fell into my